inside the car collections of the Spider-Man No Way Home actors. So before starting this video, please like this video, subscribe and hit the bell so you always know when we upload a new video. Basically everyone is speculated to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. That is not the case. It is consistent with a large Spidey pay date and a fleet of expensive cars. The man who would become the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Spider-Man did not begin his journey to fame on the big or small screen. In order to appear in the Billy Elliot musical, he was one of many children who went through a rigorous training process. The talents that were learned during that time turned out to be his saving grace later on in life. Acrobatic abilities, which included the ability to backflip during the audition, helped him get the coveted role of Spider-Man in Marvel's Cinematic Universe film franchise. What do you do when you go from being a theatrical star to becoming one of the most famous people in Hollywood with a net worth of $15 million? Because you buy so many vehicles, obviously. Tom went from appearing in Audi ads to owning a fleet of Audis, with the most recent addition being an Audi RS7, which he purchased for $115,000. Audi Q7 for $56,895, Audi RS7 Sportback for $114,000, and an Audi R8 for $145,000 are among the models on the market. The Sport Pack is, without a doubt, the most impressive, as it was designed to resemble a Spider-Man television commercial. We're talking about a car that has Spider-Man on the front license plate. No Way Home is being tipped to be the most successful Spider-Man film of all time, and for good reason. They even went so far as to suggest that it's basically Spider-Man in game, which we think is quite cool. So, does this imply that the new Audi is on the horizon? What are you doing right now? The one thing that Marvel and Sony appear to be in agreement on is that they both want to persuade Tom Holland, who has been reluctant to take on the role of Spider-Man for the rest of his life. A lot of performers have benefited by landing roles in Spider-Man films, and we have a feeling that will be the case with the Uncharted movie, as well as the Uncharted sequel. The fact that Jamie Foxx starred in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't exactly help his cause, but he'll be getting another chance as Electro in No Way Home. So, what has he done with the $150 million he's acquired over the years, you might wonder. On the other hand, if you have an incredible vehicle collection, it goes without saying. They include Up, who received a $2 million run, and $185,000 Resvani band that looks like a friggin' Batmobile, and a slick bender named Venice, which is worth $33 million. They joined other rides, such as his Lamborghini Gallardo, which was valued $200,000. His McLaren 570 is valued at $191,000, and his Porsche Boxster is valued at $101,100. The likelihood is that Fox's fleet will only gain in stature as a result of No Way Home. Long before the Marvel Cinematic Universe began producing Spider-Man films, filmmaker Sam Raimi and the original Peter Parker were bringing the webhead to life on the big screen. Tobey Maguire is currently on the scene. Even if there is no route home, people refuse to believe he is not before Spider-Man arrives on the scene. Tobey was simply another one of those kids from Pleasantville. And, since Spider-Man, the only role he's played has been the character from The Great Gatsby who wasn't played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Maguire has earned a fortune of $75 million over the course of a very active professional life. He's most known for driving about in a Mercedes S400 that's worth more than $100,000 and is worth more than $100,000. What is it about the car that he is most well known for? It's not for a pleasant reason, to be honest. The video footage of Maguire driving the Mercedes in front of the paparazzi has become more renowned than his portrayal in Seabiscuit, despite the fact that the actor usually always plays incredibly soft, lovely guys in his films and television shows. Apparently, when confronted with hundreds of flashing cameras, he loses his cool and searches the paparazzi out, which appeared to be a compromise from his initial reaction, which appeared to be to chase them down and kill them. After discovering what kind of person Tobey is in real life, the plot thickens. It only serves to increase my admiration for his acting ability. Thus, his Peter Parker is the most pleasant and mild-mannered of the group. Probably one of the nicest additions to the MCU. Even got to show off his driving talents and pricing the competitive man to the point where I'm fairly sure he almost went off the road on his last lap, which was one of the highlights of the day. We are not sure how long he's been in the workforce considering he committed suicide 3 times due to nicotine poisoning. In all seriousness, Doctor Strange, the first 2 times should have been sufficient. It breaks my heart to learn that Andrew Garfield's amazing Spider-Man franchise was cancelled before it had a chance to succeed. They are not the best Spider movie with, to put it mildly. Garfield appears to be a truly kind guy, from his appearance at Comic-Con in a suit despite his enthusiasm to his cheerful interviews. It appears as though this was a dream come true for the star of The Social Network. In the meantime, we are hopeful that No Way Home will provide him the opportunity to bring some closure for his years as Peter Parker, during which he has spent his $13 million like any other big-screen superhero on a collection of high-end luxury automobiles. Audi A7 at $55,000, Porsche Panamera for $113,000, and Chevrolet Equinox LTC valued $27,000 are among his possessions. People are curious how many automobiles he'd have if his Spider-Man were to become a member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. According to him, Tony Stark's Spidey as a part of the Team Cap and Civil War game changer would not have been well received by his Peter Parker. Garfield is experiencing something of a renaissance in his professional life right now. We owe a debt of gratitude to films like Tick Boom. Tammy Faye sees the world differently. Hopefully, a brief appearance by Spider-Man will be enough to entice him back to the fold, despite the fact that Zendaya is one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. It truly appears as though her professional life is just getting begun. It all started with modest roles in things like iCarly toy advertisements to get people interested. As a result, he was cast in Disney's Shake It Up movie. As a result, she went on to have a solo singing career on Disney Channel, as well as star in an original movie, and most notably, compete in a season of Dancing with the Stars. How can one go from being a Disney Channel celebrity to being a Disney movie star, such as becoming a member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Her involvement in Spider-Man Homecoming as MJ, of course, skyrocketed her popularity to the point where everything she touches turns to gold. The Finest Showman, Euphoric Dunes, and Malcolm and Marie are just a few of the stops on her journey to superstardom. To be honest, people believe she is more well-known for her part as Xi-Endette than she is for any other role she has performed thus far. For the most part, every time she walks down a red carpet, it is breaking news for millions of people. Her bracing attitude and say it like it is attitude have been proven to be contagious, and this is doubly true for any post about her and her actual and fictional lover, Tom Holland. As a result, her car collection has sparked widespread interest on the internet. She spent her $15 million on exactly the kind of cars you'd expect her to like: a Mercedes E-Class worth $64,000, a Lexus RC350 worth $45,000, a Lexus GS worth $51,000, a Cadillac Escalade worth $84,000, and a Range Rover Vogue worth $92,000. Mercedes E-Class, Lexus RC350, Lexus GS, Range Rover Vogue. As the star continues to rise to Scylla Mass, there is a good chance that more lovely letters will be written every year. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that you would be informed whenever we release a new video, and please do leave a comment. Thanks for watching.